This is my famous, I should say, meatloaf recipe. But instead of just the meatloaf recipe, it's gonna be a meatloaf slider recipe. Trust me, y'all, this is delicious. This is going to be easy, easy. I'm talking 10 minutes from start to finish, just like that. I'm gonna show you how to do it. Let's get to cooking. In a bowl here, we're gonna add 2 different types of meat. We are going to add a sausage. This is just a traditional ground sausage. And we're also gonna be adding some beef. Now with the beef, by the way, I'm only gonna do half of this so you can save the rest of it for later here. Half of that, half of my beef. So we are going to add some diced onion. I bought this pre-diced to save me some time. Then we're gonna add a little bit of chopped peppers. Now, I like this kind of chopped pepper because it's got all 3 different types. It's got green bell pepper, red, yellow. I think it actually has some orange in there too. So grab that because it just really cuts time in the kitchen. A little bit of tomato sauce. This is going to give it that really good flavor and also keep the moisture within your meatloaf. Meatloaf can be very dry. This will help it. A little bit of garlic. And I'm going to take this glove off here and I am going to add in some salt and some pepper. And I'm gonna add in 2 eggs. The egg is gonna work as a binding, so it's going to bring all your ingredients together and pack it. We've got everything? No, we don't. The most important thing here, 1 sleeve of saltine crackers. I'm gonna show you how to do this. So you are gonna keep it closed. You're gonna push it down. This is the best and easiest way to crush crackers. And do the other side. Okay, and then once you do that, you can just do like this. What the crackers are doing is also acting as a binding and a little bit of crunch to your meatloaf here. Open this up, pour all this in. Now it's time for the fun part. Get on in here and mix it up real good. Don't over mix your meatloaf. When you start to over mix your meatloaf, the fibers in the meat start to break down, and that's when it gets dry. That's when it just doesn't taste very good, especially when you're making these little sliders here. Just want to make sure, just to kind of play with it a little bit. Don't press it down too much. And just like that, you're gonna have a beautiful meatloaf recipe. Now that everything's mixed inside of the bowl here, we are going to move that over and cut our sliders here. So I'm just gonna cut them right down the middle. And then a cool trick is I love to be able to use the base of where these little mini sliders came from as a barrier, a mold for what's going to be my meatloaf patties. I'm just gonna put the meat on here. I'm gonna flatten it down, bring it out to each little corner here. And then when it's done, we're gonna take it over to the griddle. I'm just gonna unbuckle each little flap here. It's just gonna allow for me to slap it down much easier. So while that's going on, we're gonna go ahead and make my homemade sauce. In a bowl is already 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. Then you're gonna add a 1/3 cup of ketchup and 2 heaping tablespoons of mustard. We're gonna mix that up really good, and then I'll show you how we're gonna use this in just a bit. Looks like it is ready to flip, so we are gonna have fun with this. We're just gonna pick it up with both spatulas, flip it over, look at that crisp, and now we have to add our special sauce that we made right on top. This looks so good. It's gonna cook a couple of minutes, and in the meantime, we're gonna go ahead and start our buns. We're just gonna toast them just a little bit here. So you wanna try to keep them together as much as possible. So we're gonna slide that on here just like that. A little bit of toasty. I have this on low over here. Also, you can put a little bit of butter down if you wanted to, and that is looking beautiful. So while that's toasting, we're gonna go ahead and add the cheese really quickly. I'm using Gouda cheese. I love Gouda cheese on these sliders. I think it adds for a good mild taste. It's not too overpowering. And let's take a little peek on our buns here. Perfect. We're gonna pull these off. Let's go from this side so they don't break. We're gonna plop these on here. And we're going to move this here. I'm gonna move this bowl a little bit. Now, almost done on that. I'm actually going to close the lid, just allow for that cheese to melt real well. Just a little bit here of water to steam. And then in the meantime, I'm gonna take the leftover sauce that I have and just put it right on the bottom here of my buns. I love this sauce. You can absolutely make this ahead of time. This goes good on anything. Goes great on burgers, any kind of burgers, really. Just slap that on. Trust me, you're gonna be like, where has this been all my life with these 3 simple ingredients you will already have in your pantry? Most likely guaranteed. Okay, let's pop on over here and check on our cheese. Looking good, looking beautiful. I'm gonna say about another 20 seconds and then we'll be back. Cheese is nice and ooey gooey melted. Now it's time to pull this whole entire thing off. It will be rather easy. Just pick it up with both spatulas and then slide it right onto the bread. Once it's on, we are just going to lightly cut into each little sandwich here. Just be careful as to not smush your bread or pull it apart too much. Those look absolutely beautiful and adorable, however you want to look at them, but honestly, all I can think about is just serving a bunch of my friends, a bunch of my family members on something that was so easy to make. Okay, I'm gonna go for this one in the front here. Look at that, cheesy. It is so hot, so we gotta be careful. Here we go. Oh yeah. This is something that nostalgia, meatloaf. We all love meatloaf. I shouldn't say we all love meatloaf, but it's nostalgia for most people. And to be able to put it on a sandwich, this is a really great summer shareable, poolside, however you want it. This is so, so good. Just gotta keep it quick and you gotta keep it simple, but most importantly, you've gotta keep it delicious. My name's Taylor Mock and I will see you on the next episode. Cheers.